Hello everyone and welcome back to the Indian People's Republic, or perhaps it's the People's Republic of India, or maybe the Republic of Indian Peoples, maybe the People's India of Republic, something like that. Of course I was going to say Victoria too, but it's definitely in Hearts of Iron 4. We will continue our sacred quest of making sure that other people keep joining on with the communism. It's just the right thing. We have Afghanistan under our thumb. And I think that we're actually going to release Pakistan. So let's release Pakistan right now. I mean, after all, we don't really rely on Pakistan too much, or at least the territories that would be released then as Pakistan, which would be the East Bengal over here, which has, to be fair, 2 naval dockyards and 3 civilian factories. But it's not that much, and there's no real resource lost from there either. We will lose Quetta, I guess it is. No factories here. We will lose Peshawar, which is 2 potential factory slots that we will lose. Punjab we will of course lose, and from that 1 civilian factory. Still no resources. We will lose Kashmir, and that is another civilian factory. And Baluchistan. And Sindh. And that's pretty much it. I don't think there's any resources at all that we would actually lose here. No in East Bengal, nothing in the territories over here in West Pakistan. So it seems like a fairly safe option. Plus, hopefully, that will be removing this whole marginalized Muslim community, which will give us a pretty nice boom in recruitable population and also better national unity. Overall, I think the benefits outweigh the negatives. And if anything goes wrong, we can just put them as our puppet and everything would just be nice anyway. So we release as puppet, so we will... Well, I don't think we will lose anything. So yeah, now we have the People's Republic of Pakistan. Or Pakistan's People's Republic of. You know, you can make that joke too many times. So I mean, honestly, the map doesn't look pretty weird now. Either way, we do still don't have them as a puppet. We now have, probably and hopefully... Wait, hopefully that will go away. Let's go for a day and see if it goes away. Let's see if it goes away. Wait, we released Pakistan and we still have marginalized Muslim community. Oh no, I should have added that before. Shouldn't I have? That's pretty bad. So how do you get rid of that then? If you're playing this way. I mean, we have modernizing army, and then we have Indian defense research, which we will head for pretty rapidly. And this one does only lead for another research slot. So that would be pretty cool to have, but clamp down on corruption, risk of famine would be removed, but we kind of already managed to remove that one either way. So it doesn't help too much. I mean, we could always do the Ishapur arsenal, but it doesn't help either. I see no way of actually removing this marginalized Muslim community. The only way seems to be the 2-nation theory, which we honestly could not pick because you need to have Crips mission, and that means not going communist or fascist. Or at least go down this route and then become communist and fascist. Which, quite frankly, it wouldn't have made much of a difference, honestly, if we had gone that way or this way. Beyond maybe some of these things, which are not that big anyway. We could have gotten more by just taking all of these. And then done the whole civil war that we did anyway. And we ended up with doing 2 of them. So yeah, this is disappointing. I would imagine that a marginalized Muslim community would be solved when you release Pakistan, even if you do it yourself. So if nothing else, that's just one thing that I would wish them to fix or add. I mean, maybe it should check, maybe, oh, Pakistan is released, then sure, that one goes away. Either way, it doesn't matter too much for us. We will be able to get quite a lot of people anyway to join our armies. And we can ruin the map. I think we could just, let them be. Perhaps we could release them. Well, no, they would have to earn their autonomy points over here and then reach over here. So yeah. Oh well, it's done. Done is done. And we still are very, very strong. So we didn't lose any armies. We didn't lose anything really from it. So now we will continue with our war efforts and declare war on this silly little country over here, Iran. There's no way they will survive. And head out, my armies, go forth and destroy them. bring communism to, you know, these guys. Apparently they don't seem to be very eager on attacking. Maybe are not able to? Why not? Why are you not able to? Didn't we not declare a war on these guys? Soviet Union wants to join the war? Sure. Oh no, we could not... Can we not go through Afghanistan? Seriously? We need to have some sort of... I mean, call to arms, then sure. If that matters too much, then sure, we can call them in if that means we can go through their borders. Absolutely. Should have thought about that. Xinjiang. Iran. British, Indian, Iranian war. I do like that we're still British India, apparently, according to the game. Perhaps it has something to do with those double civil wars or something like that. We have lost 299 people. They've lost 5,000. Honestly, quite so far. A big success for us. A really big success, in fact. Just head out and take Tehran. That's all you need to do. Our armies are fairly effective, apparently. Smashing through the Iranian armies like nothing. I mean, the pronunciation of Iran or Iran has always confused me. Is it Iran or is it Iran? I like Iran better because it sounds less like someone running. Or that I am running, or I previously was running. But at the same time, I don't know. It doesn't sound too English in a way. Iran. Iranian. I mean, Iranian does sound a bit better, but Iran sounds better than Iran. So I don't know. I'm not sure. We will go with night assault tactics. 250 days almost. 249 to be more precise. It gives us a fairly nice plus 25% land and night attack. Because honestly, we attack night and day. We can stay up all night if it means a victory. So we will do so. Head over here so we can find some of this Caspian Sea coast. Perhaps make a mansion over there for our glorious leader. What's his name again? P. Krishna Pillai? Oh yeah. I mean, that guy sounds... I mean, he looks pretty cool. He has a nice hairdo. You know, overall, you know, so looks pretty good. He will definitely deserve his Caspian Sea home. We are getting so many divisions over here that are being produced. We are producing a hell of a lot of them, and we're building up our supply of towed anti-tank, which is always wonderful to see. Indian Defense Research, wonderful. Honestly, this playthrough will probably be... I mean, we're already in 1941, and we are on what, like episode, I can't remember, 6, 7, something like that? I mean, it's been a while since I was recording. I've been away for the New Year's, being over here in the north of Italy, and Italy is apparently getting murdered by the United Kingdom, which is good or bad. And or bad depending on our point of view. We don't really care about them either way. So, as long as the axes are occupied, then sure. Indian troops eventually will pass through there in one way or another. I've been over here in the north of Italy, Venice, nice town, or city. Even though I got a pizza in Venice, right? And I was walking down the streets in front of the Palace of the Doge, and 5 seagulls, and I'm not kidding, 5 seagulls stormed past my shoulder, like right next to it, ripped my pizza out of my hands and tore it apart on the street itself. It was the most aggressive seagulls I have ever experienced. They almost, you know, dive bombing my pizza, taking it with them. And then, just to make matters worse, I was seeing a sign, like, not 2 minutes later, it was saying, don't feed the birds. It's like, I was really trying I was trying to avoid that, but it's not really, I didn't really have much to do with it. And everyone, of course, was laughing at me, so, yeah, it was a fun experience, though. Fun experience. I would recommend, if you ever go to Venice, do let your pizza get ripped out of your hands by seagulls. It's just one of those local customs that you really need to do. And if I'm unlucky, someone will actually believe me that it's a local custom and end up doing it. No, it's despite that, nice place. Nice place. Let's get some fighters, shall we? Fighters are good. And this also means that I mean, I need to get up to speed now. I've had this is the first video I'm producing of the new year. All the other videos were made before and scheduled to be released over time. So I have to get back into business, back up into gear and get going. Which is fun and exciting and everything. It's been nice with a break of sorts, you could call it. Honestly, Iran should surrender any time now. I mean, with the Soviet Union against them, yeah, they don't really stand much of a chance. They never really did, so I don't know why they're even trying. Let's see on the victory point. It's Tabriz. And this is not even victory point, this is factions map mode. Did you even have a victory point map mode? Doesn't seem that way. The Netherlands has capitulated, and I'm assuming that now since we're lagging... Oh, Vichy France. Oh, France capitulated. That changes things a bit. What we could do is force a war with German Reich, and Rudolf Hess was murdered or killed. It does seem like Italy would surrender any moment now. If they lose Milan, I'm pretty sure they will surrender. If they lose Bologna, I mean, Bologna is 3 victory points. Florence over here, or Firenze, is 3 victory points. Then we have Venezia, 10 victory points. Oh. I mean, I didn't know that Venice would be such an important place to take. I mean, Rome I really do get. Naples I really do get, and Milan I definitely do get. But I would put Milan as having probably more victory points than, for example, Palermo. Though Palermo probably has that due to the significance of the invasion of Sicily. Here we do have our piece, so we will puppet it on. Don't tell me that you demanded something. Has someone else demanded shit? No. Okay, end turn. Puppets, puppet. Okay, done. Iranian Communist Authority, which is a pretty stupid name, honestly, has been created. We do have our little Iraq over here that we could attack next. Spread the communism as far as we can. And now they're part of the Comintern. We have Soleiman Mirza Eskandari, who I'm sure is a pretty nice guy. Now we should go for Baghdad. Iraq. Hopefully they won't call in the British. And then maybe we can go to Saudi Arabia and maybe Yemen. Maybe Oman. Just keep spreading this communism wave all across the Middle East. And then we should probably look to the east, because Japan is advancing. Although slowly, they are still advancing, and that's problematic. So we really should do something about that. And now we have a United Kingdom over here in Italy instead, and Denmark decided to capitulate. Honestly, Denmark never really stands a chance now, do they? Just like in real life. I mean, Denmark is all flat. And, I mean, with the Germans, there's no way they could do anything to resist anyway, so they might as well save the Danish soldiers' lives and everything. I found it to be the best decision they could make during the circumstances. Chief of Air Force. Ground support, air safety. I mean, we will want to reduce air accidents as much as possible whenever we get around to making some airports, or airplanes more specifically. Don't really have much of them. Probably could make a few. Honestly, I think I will start making a few. We do have the Demon over here, which will probably be useless to develop anything for. The fall of Gibraltar, which is good. Nationalist Spain decided to join the Axis. So that's interesting. The world is starting to become a very interesting place. Which means that it's scary. Very scary. So I think going forward now, the research collaboration would not be a bad idea. Since that will go us through, for example, fighter efforts, which we could use before. There's nothing over here that would tempt us. Maybe there's one of the continuous focuses. No, suppress subjects. No. Nope. Oh, that just made me realize that if we, for example, wanted to request forces. Like, we could demand everything they have, which is, this is everything they have, which is nothing. We could, I mean, at one point, I was hoping that we could take everything from them and then make them be independent and then declare war on them. That would be pretty fun, but oh well. Oh well, People's Republic of Pakistan, you do you. Democratic Republic of Afghanistan. For some reason, like, is there any nation that is called democratic that is not communist? Because it seems like a Democratic Republic of, Germany, for example. Seems like they're trying to convince themselves extra much that it's actually a democracy and nothing else. I guess the Democratic Republic of the Congo, which is this. I mean, there's the Congo over here, but that's the Republic of the Congo. And then there's the Democratic Republic of the Congo, I believe. I think they are, at least as far as I know, they're not communists, right? Honestly, I do need to brush up my knowledge about Africa, or the current state of Africa. I'm a bit woefully ignorant on that subject, unfortunately. But I have been trying to learn their flags, which haven't really worked out very well. Flag games are fun. Just one, you presented with flag, pick the right option. It's always a fun thing to do. I think that the Russians could handle the Germans at this point, though now with nationalist Spain and Vichy France and everything like that, could be a bit of a pickle. National Spain is advancing over here in Morocco. I can imagine if Spain actually joined the war. Now, I know that after the Civil War, Spain wasn't really equipped to join the Second World War. But would it really change much? Maybe they could have taken Gibraltar and that close off the Mediterranean from that way and leave like the Suez, the only way that the Allies could reach in to supply Malta. And that would also involve going quite a bit around if you want to support your troops in Egypt. It would also mean probably much harder resistance when the Americans landed, for example, in Casablanca. And can you land at Casablanca? Oh yeah, you can. We landed in Casablanca and took Morocco and then headed for Tunis. So maybe Spain could have prevented or at least stalled the Western Allies for quite a while. In the end, though, I don't think it would matter too much for the war effort. I think the Axis would lose one way or another. But I mean, if the Western Allies were delayed in invading, for example, Italy and Normandy and everything like that, maybe the Iron Curtain would be over here instead. Maybe it will, maybe they would have gotten all of Germany and maybe Italy. That would be freaking scary. I don't want to imagine a world like that. That would be really, really goddamn scary. Okay, let's just have it over there. Yes, sure. Alright. I just wanted the arrow to be pointing immediately right there. Oh well. Can't get everything, I guess. Alright. Time to let time just fly by in whichever manner seems more appropriate. Meanwhile, I'm observing a very, very scary Japan growing in the east. A Japan that we will have to fight. And while we fight them, the Soviet Union will be forced to fight the Germans. So it will be a very damaging war. We're already reaching 1942. Japan has invaded a fairly big swath of Australia. So they seemingly are getting a bit better with the naval invasions. Seemingly are. I mean, they're better than me. When I was playing, I think it was... it was when I was playing Germany in the co-op one. I had immense issues being able to invade even United Kingdom at that point. Like it was in 1945, 1946, and Britain had so goddamn many airplanes that was impossible. There's so goddamn many of everything, really. It was impossible to get a port and hold it long enough for reinforcements to arrive, and by the time the reinforcements arrived, everything was dead. So yeah, it can be difficult if the AI manages to prepare. Obviously, if you go for like 1940 invasion of United Kingdom, then probably UK won't have prepared, and the AI would be pretty bad at that point, and everything will be lost. But or I could just be terrible at the game, which I am. So yeah, what is happening over here? Germany invaded from the Peloponnese? Oh, sure. I mean, that seems reasonable. And which country is this? Nationalist Spain. Ah. Nationalist Spain in Epirus. Haven't seen that one. Fighter effort. We should have about how many years? Or days? Only 67? 64? So that's not too far away from grabbing Iraq. Or Iraq. We have the Siamese Empire, which is, well, losing against the French, I guess. Or, I guess the Chinese. Yeah, the French themselves are being murdered. But the Chinese are being pushed back further and further and... Okay, I'm gonna try to not butcher this name too much. It's Chongqing? Chongqing? Maybe? I noticed the Q now. I was corrected earlier. I was saying, like for example, in this the Qing Empire. And I always pronounced it the King Empire for some reason. So yeah, the Q is something Qing. Anyway, when this place is lost, I'm thinking that China overall will lose and we will have the reorganized nationalist China. And that might be an issue for us. Yeah, definitely. I think we will build our new army. We got back Lakshmi Sagal, and she will be the new leader of this armed force that will be defending India against Japanese aggression. We will send her and the 17 divisions over there, and then every new division that is prepared will be joining in, helping her. Let's see here. Outdated equipment. Hawker Demon. Let's make the Spitfire instead. And research slot available. The Spiteful. No, not yet. We can go for air superiority, however. That will be pretty good. Getting some of the doctrines out of the way. One thing that we won't do is really naval. We don't really have the industrial capacity for handling naval anyway. Since we lost 2 of the dockyards over here. It's not really... Yeah, it's not really feasible. I wonder what they are doing. I think they're trying to extend their capacity. People's Republic of Pakistan. They still don't have any men. Which is unfortunate. Nor does Afghanistan. I wonder what they're doing. At least Iran has 2-3 divisions or so. Even though they're pretty poor divisions, but better than nothing. China has capitulated. Well. And so it begins. Chibei Sanma. Also a puppet. At least they're at war with the enemy. So we have that. Siamese Empire we shall not forget. We will need to defend against them as well. Maybe you should extend your front line to be reaching down all the way down. All the way down there. British Malaysia might get attacked any second now. They could be in danger. Very much so. Very, very much so. Oh well, let's see in Iraq how long will it be. There will only be a few more days until we can attack them. And that attack will be for the next episode. So I hope you've enjoyed the return of India. And we will still be blazing through. I don't imagine this series being on for too long. It won't be a world conquest. And that might be disappointing. That might be a relief. But it will be we probably fight, Japan, win against them, and head for, the Indian invasion of Europe, stuff like that. Fun things, interesting things, hopefully. And I hope you've enjoyed. So we'll see each other next time. Have a good one.